Guys, what's up? It's Kyle here. Gonna do a quick. I promise you guys I'll do a live review of Payback pay-per-view from WWE that we had last night here in Chicago, Illinois. I was there live in person, so gonna give you my opinion from a live perspective for my review. First match opening match was Sandow versus Sheamus. Not a bad pre-show match. I think probably the best pre-show match WWE's had to date since they started this whole thing. But Sheamus ended up getting the victory. Like I said in my preview, Chicago loves Sheamus, and they were 110% behind Sheamus the last night. Sandow got a decent reaction as well. Trying to think of something else here. After that, we got into the official match, which was the triple threat for the Intercontinental title. Wade Barrett, Miz, and Curtis Axel. I thought this was a really good triple threat match, a good opening match, to say the least. Curtis Axel got a good reaction from the crowd, and he looked impressive in the ring. I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Curtis Axel, but I never doubted his in-ring work because he can definitely go. So how he won, though, I absolutely loved how Curtis Axel won. The Miz had Wade Barrett put Wade Barrett in the figure 4 leg lock, and as Barrett was in the figure 4 leg lock, Curtis Axel just sneaks into the ring, and while he's in the figure 4 caused by Miz, he just he covers and sits on top of Wade Barrett. The referee counts to 3 and he gets the win. Everyone popped for that. So I liked the way how he won. I thought that was pretty cool. It being Father's Day and everything, you can tell he was dedicating this to his dad, Mr. Perfect, one of the greatest IC champs of all time. So after that, I'm like, okay, so things are starting to look up here. So we get into the next match, which was AJ versus Caitlyn for the Divas title. AJ has a bodybuilder, kind of body, but not AJ, Caitlyn. But Caitlyn is really cute. I always thought she was cute anyway, but to see her physically, in person, Caitlyn has a really cute face. AJ's cute as well. She got a nice little reaction from the crowd the other night. However, though, this match nobody was really into. It wasn't dead when you could hear crickets, but everyone in attendance, we weren't that physically into that match. The match probably shouldn't have gone on as long as it did. But AJ ended up becoming the new Divas champion by making Caitlyn tap. Next match after that, we got for the United States title, Dean Ambrose versus Kane. Ambrose was over. Don't know how it came across TV, but he was definitely over in Allstate Arena. This match was decent. It was okay. I disliked the finish more than anything. Ambrose did a mean, nasty DDT on Kane on the outside of the ring, and the referee counted to 10. Kane couldn't answer, so he couldn't answer to the count of 10. So he got so Ambrose won due to DQ. I just thought it was just kind of cheap. Whoever booked that or thought of that, I just thought it was just kind of cheap. But yet a victory is a victory nonetheless. So he got that. However, I did find the way the referee counted, the time it took him to count from 9 to 10 was kind of quick, because the referee was like 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but he counted kind of quick to me from 9 to 10. Anyway, past that, we get for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Dolph Ziggler popped. I mean, when his music hit, the crowd popped. We were 110% behind him. Del Rio got some cheers too, but Dolph Ziggler was the favorite, hands down. I have 2 bad things to say about this match. This feud. One, Dolph Ziggler got no offense in this match whatsoever. If anyone thought that Dolph Ziggler got an offense in that match last night, I'm sorry, but he really didn't. He got no offense in that match. It was completely one-sided, which kind of pissed me off and a lot of people off too in the crowd. And secondly, Del Rio won. And on top of him winning, he ends up giving a speech, in my opinion, adding insult to injury by saying, Chicago, I want to be your champion. I represent you as your new world champion. I work in this ring day in and day out. No one deserves to be world champion better than I do. And everybody were just saying, boo. We booed Del Rio out the building. Nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted Ziggler to lose. It was unexpected, and it was a bad swerve on top of that. And I know some people in Del Rio's defense may say, well, hey, they probably gave the belt back to Del Rio because Dolph Ziggler he has concussion, and they're just taking, you know, the proper caution for Dolph Ziggler to make sure he doesn't get another concussion or something. If you use that as an excuse to defend Del Rio, it's not a valid one, because it's bull crap. It was bull crap. There were a couple of people behind, a couple of rows behind me. They were chanting bullshit, because that's exactly what it was. It was BS. Nobody wanted Del Rio to win, and on top of that, nobody especially did not feel the need to have Del Rio cut a victory promo after he beat Ziggler for the title. It made no sense whatsoever, and to me, it's kind of like just rubbing it in. I feel bad for Dolph Ziggler. I love Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is one of my favorite top 10 wrestlers of today, and I love Dolph Ziggler, but I feel bad for the guy, because now WWE, you know what they're going to do? They're going to press the restart button, and I would hate for them to do that, especially considering we've been with Dolph Ziggler for the last 8 months, waiting for him to cash in his briefcase. He finally cashes in on a hot crowd on top of it. It was a great cash in. The moment was right. The iron was hot. Sure, he had the concussion, which is unfortunate, but then for him to come back in his first title defense, they just made Dolph Ziggler a freaking flop. They just made Dolph Ziggler a transitional champion, and now we're going to press the restart button with Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler is going to go back to probably in a tag team or something with Big E, or U.S. champion or Intercontinental champion, because I don't see Dolph Ziggler going back and getting the world title back anytime soon. So I mean, I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible. That was the sour puss for me and a lot of people in attendance that night for that match. On to the next match, what everyone really came here for in Chicago, our hometown boy, CM Punk. Punk versus Jericho, best match of the night. Punk didn't skip a beat. Everyone was having a good time, chanting CM Punk, loving CM Punk. I don't know how it came across the TV with you guys, but to me, Punk seemed like a babyface. To me, when he made his return last night, he came across as a babyface to me. I like Punk as a babyface, but I love Punk as a heel. But to me, he just came across as a face. You guys let me know what you think about that. Did he come across as a face or a heel to you? But I love the finish. Punk hits Jericho with the GTS. Jericho bounces off the turnbuckle, and then Punk lifts him up a second time, then with the second GTS. I really like that spot because it really reminded me of Stone Cold Steve Austin giving the multiple stunners to Scott Hall back at WrestleMania 18, when he drops him, gives him the stunner, and then he bangs his head against the turnbuckle and drops him and gives him a second stunner. So it really reminded me of that. So I like that finish. Like I said, match of the night. After that, we immediately got into the tag team match with Shield versus Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. Solid tag match. The fans were 100% behind Daniel Bryan. In my opinion, I think Daniel Bryan's reaction and attendance matched CM Punk. Like, we cheer for Punk because that's our hometown guy. But to me, Daniel Bryan was like on par to me with CM Punk in terms of the reactions that we gave him. Unfortunately, Orton and Bryan end up losing. They may have a match or something at Money in the Bank. I can see them having a one-on-one match at Money in the Bank, but they end up losing. Shield still retains. Rollins just stomps Daniel Bryan's head on the mat. I love Seth Rollins' finisher, by the way. So you get the victory there. Then we get on to the main event. Ryback versus John Cena, 3 Stages of Hell. Yeah. No, like the Divas match, nobody was really emotionally invested in this match or the 2 participants. I think WWE turning Ryback heel really did not do Ryback any favors. It hurt him more than anything because Ryback has become so dull since he turned heel. and him going, Ryback rules. They really need to stop him doing that because he looks cheesy as hell when he does that. However, I did find it funny as hell when John Cena's music hit. Everyone in attendance was like, yeah. My buddy, my friend Mark and my brother Greg, we looked at each other and we were like, we just laughed our asses off. It was hilarious because when Cena's music hit, it was like the crowd was like it was about to build, and then all of a sudden it just dropped like hardcore. And you see Cena out in the aisle, and he's like waving his arms to try to get the crowd pumping, and the crowd's just like, you could hear crickets, literally. The first stage match I thought was pretty enjoyable. I thought Ryback looked impressive. I think he showed what he could do, how he could. Wrestling wise, I think he shows he can handle John Cena. So the first round I thought was a decent match. I didn't think that was bad. Then you had the tables match, which was what Cena won because Ryback won the first round. And then the third round, John Cena takes Ryback and throws him through the ceiling of the ambulance, which I thought was a cool spot. I thought it was a cool finish. But after Cena won, again, people are like, no. And then what I find funny was that when after the match was over and John Cena got back in the ring to cheer and pander to the crowd, no response. And I find this funny. This is just my interpretation. You guys let me know what you think via television. Because when I was there, when Cena, after Cena won the match, tried to pander to the crowd, and he was getting no reaction. Immediately, that's when they started to turn on the siren to the ambulance. And my interpretation was, did WWE turn on the sirens to the ambulance once they figured that no one in the crowd were going to cheer for John Cena? Did they do that to cover up the lack of reaction that John Cena would be getting via television? I wonder that, because that's what came to my mind in attendance. Because I'm saying to myself, they could have rang that dang alarm on the sirens the moment John Cena dropped Ryback. They waited it was a long time before they turned on the sirens in that ambulance. So you guys let me know what you think about that. So all in all, decent pay-per-view. I still had a good time nonetheless. The crowd was into it. Decent pay-per-view. Didn't expect too much. Rightfully so, because this is one of those throwaway pay-per-views. I like to call them experimental pay-per-views that WWE throws every June. And I even said a long time ago that the only reason why WWE put this kind of pay-per-view like this, one of these experimental pay-per-views in Chicago, because they probably figure, oh, it's one of our experimental pay-per-views, it'll get a pass because we put it in a wrestling city. So it should do fairly well just by the crowd reaction right there. Other than that, we can just throw whatever and put whatever the hell we want on the pay-per-view with no thought. That's my opinion, how I think about that. And last but not least, Rob Van Dam's coming back. They showed a video package highlighting Rob Van Dam's return. He's coming back from Money in the Bank, June 14th. The crowd was elated. We erupted. We chanted RVD, RVD. Crowd pop. Everyone was excited about that. I was excited about that. So I can't wait for Rob Van Dam to come back to WWE. Looking forward to that because his run in TNA was just... His first year run in TNA I thought was good. But after that, it was just... yeah. But, yeah. So Rob Van Dam's coming back. The whole effing show. Would love to see a Rob Van Dam CM Punk match. We were supposed to get that years ago, but we didn't get it. Anyway, I want to hear your thoughts in the box below about the pay-per-view, the Dolph Ziggler situation, CM Punk's return. Comment, subscribe. Peace.